Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel and happy weekend to you all. We are back again on 24/7 News Buzz to bring you another fresh update concerning the IPOB. And before we proceed, please subscribe, like and share this video, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you will be the first to receive our updates. Furthermore, before we proceed, we are going to watch a very short video of the Fulani herdsmen and their cow destroying a full farmland in Anambra State.
See what cow they do for person farm. Yeah, see what Fulani people they do for person. Yeah? Man, I see now. You know good now. See how the women they cry. Yeah? See what Fulani they do.
So, following the video we watched briefly, Anambra State is once again in the spotlight as farmers in several communities raise alarm over the growing menace of Fulani herdsmen and their cattle. Following the large-scale destruction of farmlands in parts of the state, the incident, which left hectares of cultivated crops ruined, has sparked outrage among residents, farmers, associations, and civil society groups who are calling on the state and the zoo government to urgently intervene before the situation escalates further. According to eyewitness accounts, the latest destruction occurred in farmlands located in the outskirts of Ayamelun, Orumba North, Ihiala, and Anambra East local government areas, where herds of cattle invaded farms, feeding freely on cassava, yam, maize, and rice plantations that had reached near harvest stage. The farmers described this damage as heartbreaking and unbearable, noting that most of hard labor, financial investment, and expectations of a fruitful harvest were reduced to nothing overnight. Chief Obinna Eze, a local farmer from Anako community in Ayamelun, lamented that his entire cassava farm was flattened by the marauding cows. What happened is beyond painful. These cows ate everything from the stems to the roots. I invested over 1.2 million naira into this farm, hoping to feed my family and pay school fees for my children. Today, all of it is gone, he told journalists with tears in his eyes. Another farmer, Ms. Nneka Ume from Orumba North, described the incident as economic sabotage targeted against rural farmers. They entered my farm with over 50 cows in one night. They destroyed yam mounds I had tended for 6 months. This is our only means of survival. If this continues, hunger will buy us faster than anything else, she said. The anger among communities is further intensified by the fact that this is not the first time such an incident has happened in Anambra. Over the past few years, clashes between Fulani herders and farmers have been reported repeatedly, often resulting in not just crop destruction, but also violent confrontations. Local vigilante groups say they have tried to intervene but have limited capacity to restrain armed herdsmen who sometimes accompany their cattle. In reaction, the Anambra State chapter of the All Farmers Association of Nigeria, AFAN, condemned the repeated destruction of farms by Fulani herdsmen, describing it as a threat to food security. The state chairman, Chief Romanus Ezife, said, Anambra is an agrarian state. Our farmers produce cassava, yam, rice, and vegetables in large quantities. If herders continue to destroy farmlands unchecked, the state will face severe food shortages. The government must step in now. The situation has also raised tensions between communities and the herdsmen in some areas. Farmers have threatened to take laws into their own hands if authorities fail to protect them. Leaders of the community have, however, appealed for calm, urging the government to provide a lasting solution to prevent further breakdown of law and order. Meanwhile, the Anambra State government has acknowledged the growing problem. The Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Foster Ihejiofo, in a press briefing, said the government is working on strengthening the existing anti-opening grazing law to ensure stricter enforcement, he stated. The Anambra State House of Assembly passed the anti-open grazing bill in 2021, but enforcement has been weak. We are now reviewing strategies to ensure that cattle railing is done in ranches, not in farmlands. We will also compensate farmers where possible, though prevention is the best approach. Civil society organizations in Anambra have also weighed in, describing the issue as not just an economic crisis, but also a security threat. The International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law Inter-Society, an advocacy group, issued a statement accusing security agencies of failing to act despite repeated complaints from communities. The group argued that the silence of authorities encourages lawlessness. Traditional rulers across Anambra State have also convened meetings to deliberate on community-based strategies to protect farmlands. The Igwe of Inako, His Royal Highness Igwe Obiora Chidubem, said, "Our people are angry. The destructions of farmlands is a direct attack on our survival. We call on the zoo government to control the activities of these herders without intervention. There will be confrontation, and that is not what we want." Farmers in the affected areas are now counting their losses, while many fear that they may not be able to cultivate again in the next season due to financial setbacks. As food prices continue to soar across the zoo nation, experts warn that if incidents like this persist, Anambra could face a deepening food crisis. The recurring destructions of farmlands by Fulani herdsmen's cattle has once again highlighted the urgent need for lasting agricultural security reforms in the zoo nation. Until concrete measures are taken, the livelihood of rural farmers in Anambra and across the southeast remains under serious threat. Meanwhile, the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB has issued a strong condemnation following the recent destruction of farmlands in Anambra and other parts of southeast by Fulani herdsmen and their cattle. The separatist group described the developments as a calculated attempt to impoverish and provoke the people of the region. In a statement released through its spokesperson, Emma Powerful, IPOB said the attack on farmlands is not an isolated incident but part of a long-standing pattern of aggression and impunity by Fulani herders who invade communities with their cattle, graze on cultivated crops, and leave farmers in ruins. We cannot continue to watch while Fulani herdsmen, under the protection of the zoo government, deliberately destroy the means of livelihood of our people, IPOB declared. Our farmers toil under the sun and rain, investing their blood and sweat to feed their families, only for cows to trample upon and devour everything. This is an insult and an assault on our existence. The group accused the zoo government and its security agencies of complicity, alleging that soldiers and police officers often shield the herdsmen from accountability while unleashing violence on unarmed villagers. IPOB insisted that such bias proves the system is designed to suppress the Igbo nation and weaken its economic base. According to IPOB, the destruction of farmland poses a grave threat to food security in the region, as many communities rely solely on agriculture for survival. This is not just about cassava, yam, maize, or vegetables destroyed. This is about hunger being forced upon our people. This is about deliberate economic sabotage. They want us poor, broken, and dependent, but we refuse to bow, the statement continued. The group also warned that the Southeast will not remain silent in the face of such attacks. IPOB urged local vigilante groups, community leaders, and youth to be vigilant and proactive in defending their lands from further invasion. Let it be known to the world that we will never allow our ancestral land to be turned into grazing fields for cows. If the zoo government refuses to protect us, we will protect ourselves. Enough is enough, IPOB warned. The pro-Biafran group called on international organizations, human rights bodies, and foreign governments to take note of what is described as state-sponsored terror against peaceful farmers, adding that silence from the global community would only embolden those committing the acts. Farmers in the affected areas have lamented huge financial losses, with many expressing fear that the destruction could discourage farming and lead to severe food shortages in the coming months. Some victims narrated how years of investment in crops were wiped out in just few hours of uncontrolled cattle raising. IPOB, however, assured the people of the region that such intimidation would not break their resolve. We are a resilient people. We will not allow our dignity to be trampled upon by cows. This land belongs to us, and no amount of oppression or destruction will take it away from us, the statement concluded. So, my people, now here we'll end the news for now, but we'll be back shortly. Also, don't forget to subscribe.